Hey there, brave souls and scaredy cats! Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 movies you shouldn't watch alone. I mean it. Turn on all the lights, grab your blankie, and maybe even phone a friend. You're gonna need it. We're diving headfirst into the scariest, creepiest, most goosebump-inducing films ever to grace the silver screen. These aren't your run-of-the-mill jump scares, though there are plenty of those too. We're talking about the kind of movies that burrow into your brain, set up camp, and refuse to leave long after the credits roll. These films are guaranteed to send shivers down your spine and keep you on the edge of your seat. So if you dare to enter, prepare to be terrified. You've been warned. First up, we're heading to a quaint farmhouse in Rhode Island. Sounds charming, right? Wrong. This is the home of the Perron family, and let's just say they're having some with their new digs. Think slamming doors, disembodied voices, and a whole lot of creepy, crawly things that go bump in the night. Luckily, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren are on the case. They've seen it all, from haunted dolls to demonic entities. But even they're in for a wild ride with this one. The Conjuring is a masterclass in suspense, building tension slowly and steadily until you're practically jumping out of your skin. And don't even get me started on Bathsheba, just trust me, you'll want to sleep with the lights on after this one. Next up is a film that's less about jump scares and more about the slow, creeping dread that seeps into your bones. Hereditary is a family drama gone terrifyingly wrong. We meet the Grahams, a family grappling with the recent death of their secretive grandmother. But as they say, death doesn't always mean gone, and Grandma's presence is felt in some seriously unsettling ways. Toni Collette delivers an Oscar-worthy performance as Annie, the mother slowly unraveling as the family's dark history comes to light. And let me tell you, this family's got secrets. Dark, twisted secrets that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about family, and just how far some people will go to escape their past. Ever had a song stuck in your head? Now imagine that song was a creepy children's rhyme about a shadowy monster, and it came with a terrifying pop-up book. Welcome to the world of the Babadook. This Australian horror film centers on Amelia, a widowed mother struggling to cope with her troubled son Samuel. Samuel's convinced a monster from his book, the Babadook, is real and terrorizing their home. Amelia dismisses it as childhood fears, but as the strange occurrences escalate, she starts to question her own sanity. The Babadook is a masterclass in psychological horror, preying on our deepest fears and anxieties. It's a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll, lurking in the shadows of your mind like the monster itself. Chapter 4, Insidious. Remember that astral projection thing that seemed kinda cool in those 80s movies? Yeah, not so cool when it involves your comatose son and a whole lot of malevolent spirits. Insidious takes us on a terrifying journey into the Further, a dark and twisted dimension where lost souls dwell. The Lambert family is living every parent's nightmare when their young son Dalton falls into an unexplained coma. But this is no ordinary coma. Dalton's consciousness is trapped in the Further, tormented by evil entities. Enter Elise Rainier, a gifted psychic who can communicate with the dead. Elise knows the dangers of the Further firsthand, and she's determined to help the Lamberts save their son from the clutches of the darkness. But be warned, this film is packed with jump scares and terrifying imagery. You might want to sleep with the lights on after this one. Chapter 5, Sinister. Ever find an old box of home movies in your attic? You might want to think twice before popping them in the projector, especially if you're the protagonist in Sinister. This found-footage horror film follows true crime writer Ellison Oswalt as he moves his family into a new home with a dark past. Ellison hopes to find inspiration for his next bestseller, but what he uncovers is far more disturbing than he could have imagined. In the attic, he discovers a box of Super 8 films, each depicting a different family's gruesome murder. As Ellison delves deeper into the films, he uncovers a sinister presence that connects the murders and threatens his own family. Sinister is a masterclass in slow-burn horror, using disturbing imagery and a haunting score to create an atmosphere of dread that will stay with you long after the film ends. The Ring. Remember VHS tapes, those clunky things that took forever to rewind? Well, in The Ring, they're not just outdated technology, they're downright deadly. This Japanese horror classic, and its American remake, introduces us to a cursed videotape that brings death upon anyone who watches it. Journalist Rachel Keller scoffs at the urban legend, but when her niece dies after watching the tape, she's forced to investigate. As Rachel delves deeper into the mystery, she uncovers a dark secret and a vengeful spirit that will stop at nothing to escape the confines of the tape. The Ring is a masterclass in atmospheric horror, using creepy imagery, unsettling sound design, and a healthy dose of psychological terror to keep you on the edge of your seat. Just try not to answer your phone after watching this one. Chapter 7: Paranormal Activity. This found footage phenomenon took the world by storm, proving that sometimes the simplest scares are the most effective. Paranormal Activity takes us inside a seemingly ordinary home where something extraordinary and terrifying is happening. Katie and Micah, a young couple, are experiencing strange and unexplained phenomena in their suburban home. Believing it to be paranormal activity, they set up cameras to document the events. What they capture is a chilling chronicle of escalating terror, as an unseen entity makes its presence known through whispers, moving objects, and full-on attacks. Paranormal Activity's brilliance lies in its realism. The shaky camera work and night vision footage make it feel like you're watching real-life events unfold, blurring the line between fiction and reality. No list of terrifying movies would be complete without this classic. The Exorcist, released in 1973, shocked audiences with its graphic depiction of demonic possession, and remains one of the most terrifying films ever made. When 12-year-old Reagan McNeil begins exhibiting bizarre and disturbing behavior, her mother, Chris, fears something is terribly wrong. Doctors are baffled, and as Reagan's condition worsens, Chris turns to the one thing that might help: an exorcism. Enter Father Karras and Father Marin, two priests tasked with confronting the demonic force that has possessed Reagan. What follows is a battle between good and evil, faith and doubt, as the priests fight to save Reagan's soul. The Exorcist is not for the faint of heart. It's a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll, a testament to the power of horror to tap into our deepest fears and leave us questioning the very nature of good and evil. Remember that feeling of dread after watching a scary movie? The one that makes you jump at shadows and check under the bed? It Follows takes that feeling and cranks it up to 11. After a seemingly innocent sexual encounter, teenager Jay becomes the target of a relentless supernatural entity. This entity can take the form of anyone, and it will not stop pursuing Jay until it catches her. It Follows is a masterclass in suspense and dread. The entity's relentless pursuit creates a constant sense of paranoia as Jay never knows who or what to trust. It's a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll, a chilling reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we can't see coming. Imagine a world where the slightest sound could mean your death. That's the terrifying reality in A Quiet Place, a film that will have you holding your breath from beginning to end. In a post-apocalyptic world overrun by creatures that hunt by sound, the Abbott family must live in complete silence to survive. Every footstep, every whisper, every rustle of leaves could be their last. A Quiet Place is a masterclass in tension and suspense. The film's sound design is nothing short of brilliant, immersing you in the Abbott family's world of silence and amplifying every little noise. You'll find yourself holding your breath right along with the characters, your heart pounding in your chest as they navigate their terrifying new reality. Just try not to spill your popcorn during this one. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 movies you shouldn't watch alone. I hope you brought a friend, a security blanket, and maybe a nightlight or two. Thanks for watching our countdown of the top 10 movies you shouldn't watch alone. Remember, these are just a few of the many terrifying films out there. So next time you're looking for a good scare, be sure to check out one of these spine-chilling masterpieces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling content. And whatever you do, don't watch these movies alone. Sweet dreams.